Hey, what's going on, y'all? Happy Friday night, and it's time to smash the left. And I got with me tonight, of course, my motherfucking team. I got the Star Wars dad, John, as well as Hybrid 95. Man, say what's up to the people.
What's up, you guys?
What's going on, guys? Another great night. We got a rainstorm going on. Let's smash them leftist.
Yes, let's smash it, man. Well, what do you want to start off with, John? We'll start off with you, man. What do you want to start off with?
Oh, hell. Let's start with the whole feud between what I call the Pack of Five and Pelosi.
Okay, let's get it.
All right, let's name them.
Let's get
AOC, number one culprit, AOC. Then we have
it. Yeah.
then we have, the Muslim extremist, Elon Omar.
Right.
We got the fat bitch, Talib. Then we got the, I don't even know if we can call her black, Presley.
Yes. And she's hardly heard of at most
I
points.
mean, yeah, but she's in the ring of five, and I'm missing the fifth one. I can't remember who the fifth one is, but there's five of them.
Isn't it fucking Ileana Omar as well?
Oh, I already said Omar, Talib, AOC, Presley. There's one more. I can't remember who the last one is.
Fucking Hirono. That's the fucking. Which one? Was it Hybrid?
Glasses. Yeah, who's the chubby one with the glasses?
The
Talib.
fat, yeah.
Talib. Yeah,
Okay.
Talib. The one that was fucking crying like, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that said, impeach the motherfucker. Yeah.
Yeah. She was, her. That
Yeah.
shit was fucking uncalled for. But, I got to see it like this, man. First, we'll start off with AOC. All right. Now, I'm not sure if you guys saw it, but Trump came out and said, the right thing as to, they need to respect Nancy Pelosi. Regardless, David Lopan is bugging the fuck out. We still gotta, say, like look at exactly what's going on. These guys are imploding because shit's about to hit the fan with these motherfuckers when Mueller or Mueller, however the fuck you want to pronounce it, gets to testify next week. You know what I'm saying? When they ask him these questions on his motherfucking dossier. Now, this is going to be something, gentlemen, where we're going to look at a lot of motherfuckers for. That child abuse Epstein case is all tagged along with this as well. They're already talking about political figures up in there. The funny shit is they already try to tag fucking Trump with it. The shit was fucking crazy, but Trump already came out and said the reason why he didn't fuck with Epstein was because it was something that had to do with him acting out of order in his villa that he had out here, and he kicked him the fuck out. But that was like 15 years ago. You know what I mean? So Ocasio-Cortez is on some shit where she thinks she's the boss. She thinks that she could just go over leaders' heads, talk shit, and now all of a sudden calling people racists again.
This is what I got to say about this, because America is finally starting to wake the fuck up. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because this PC culture that we're living in right now has gone way too damn far. And when you have AOC spouting off at the mouth, looking like a damn donkey when she's doing it, hee haw,
Yeah.
and yelling at Nancy Pelosi, saying the only reason that she's spouting off on her is because she's a person of color. Bullshit. Get over yourself.
Right.
This is the most diverse Congress we've ever had, and Nancy Pelosi doesn't have any problems with anybody except for these five bitches.
Exactly, and I'm not gonna defend Nancy Pelosi. I'm not gonna. Well, let me call her David Lopan. I'm not gonna defend David Lopan, but I will say this. You know what I mean? She's not racist, man, at all. At all. She's Hispanic herself. Her father's fucking Hispanic. Or was, should I say? You know what I mean? It would be very asinine. Even though such things like that do exist, but it's not in her bone with that shit, you know. But at the same time, she did, implicate racism on other people too. So she, a taste of her own medicine as well is very well needed.
Yes. Now, in retrospect, though, I'm laughing my tail off because there's a good chance that AOC could actually be going to prison.
That would be fucking, oh my goodness, that would be I mean, I don't ever want anybody to go to jail unless they did something horrendous and shit. But you know what though, man, the way she's going around, and these motherfuckers are calling treason on the president and us, like the voters as well. So yay, if that's what they're gonna do, then fuck it.
Well, I don't know if you know anything about PACs, but she and the guy that was running her campaign and running her campaign finances, they were part of a PAC, but they were leading members on that PAC, and they were distributing money, funneling money to themselves during their campaign and after the campaign, which is highly illegal. I mean, it is highly, highly illegal. And then they put it into an LLC afterward, trying to hide it. Well, it's come to light, and oh yeah, she's getting blasted. If I was her, I'd be shaking in my boots right now. Because she's got the whole Democratic Party's after her now. Now, they're digging this up, and she might be facing prison time. This might, if someone would give her a deal to like resign and shut the fuck up, if I was her, I'd probably take it.
Yeah. What do you think, Hybrid?
Oh, that's certainly news for me. Thanks for bringing that to light, Star Wars guy. But what I told you on Facebook, just about the whole Pelosi situation. Yeah. This whole race between all the Democrats, this whole political correctness race. It's just they're all gonna crash and burn. It's just gonna come to a point where it's just gonna turn into a circus and lead to another victory for Trump. I mean, that's essentially the reason Trump got voted in the first place. He won the American vote.
Right.
And now you got guys like Beto and Booker speaking Spanish at an American election.
Right.
I mean,
what gets me is this about these people with this Russia shit. Okay, if Russia did interfere, and I say this all the time. I mean, I think there should be a ballot that goes out to. I mean, if you really want to fucking put the hatchet into the fucking cranium of this shit, what you do is you pass out a ballot and have everybody that voted for Trump in 2016 just submit on a piece of paper, write in and said I voted for Trump, and mail it into whoever the fuck they gotta mail it into. Let them tally it up, and if it matches, he fucking won. And the Russian, I mean, that's what they should really do. I mean, think about it. It could be done. It could be done through an executive order, because he just finished doing something to these motherfuckers that tried to the whole immigration thing, the whole illegal immigration, and giving them IDs and stuff like that, and trying to get rid of the process and stuff. It's just so the Democrats can have votes, no matter who the fuck it is. They just want votes because they need their power back. That's what this shit is all about. That's why they want to let them in. That's why they don't want no borders. On top of other things with drugs. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago, I was talking to Stephen Mays about it, because we had a raid here in Panama City where they rounded up 400 to 500 illegal immigrants, and I drove past it going to work in the morning. I was like, "Holy shit! Yeah. Look at them all!" And they're out there cuffing them all up, and they had the ICE vans out there, and they were putting them in the back of the paddy wagons. I'm like, "Good riddance, y'all have a good one." And
he said, "Y'all have a good one."
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Because we've got some great immigrants that live here, people that have that have come here the right way.
Yes, yes. And
Um,
my grandparents are testament to that too, man. When they came here, they went through the process. My grandmother became a paraprofessional. Then my grandfather became the fucking supervisor of New York City housing authority. You know what I mean? And they made a good living, man. A good, they had professions and shit. And look at them. You know what I'm saying? They're resting now. They were able to retire, and I learned off them, and other family members did too. That's the American dream. They reached their dream, and I'm all for immigration, but you have to go through the process. You cannot skip line. That's bullshit.
exactly, exactly. And
Exactly. The more people you have living off the grid and not paying taxes, none of those guys, all those people are it's hurting the economy by having all these people here illegally.
Exactly. And you know what's funny? Like, okay, the whole thing about this is, these bitches on the panel crying and shit and yelling and screaming and stuff like that. But at the same time, these are the same motherfuckers that were screaming about the border crisis is manufactured.
right,
It's manufactured. And I've been watching these hearings, while at work or at home, or what I'm saying, whatever I'm doing. Like, I've been watching these, and listening to these hearings, and the Republicans have been tearing a fucking asshole every day within the cheeks of the fucking left. And I tell you right now, man, like Nadler is a fucking hyena faced motherfucker, man. You know what I mean? He looked like a fucking hyena, that motherfucker. Like, you know, it's a fucking circus show. And today, I forgot the name of the chairman of the Republicans, but he came out and said, "Well, everybody," because they gave him the floor to speak for 5 minutes, but he didn't even take all his time. He only took a minute to just say, "Well, America, we're here again in the circus show. So pop your popcorn and let the show begin." And then he said,
yeah,
"Yeah,
that
yeah,
was awesome.
that was
It was
awesome." Then
Graham.
yeah, there we go. Graham, Lizzie. No, 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 no. It wasn't Graham. It was another gentleman. From I forgot his name, man. A younger gentleman. But what he did was he didn't even finish his 5 minutes time. He just said the gentleman rests his time and passed it off. And then another young a gentleman, I think it was from Minnesota. He came out and said some shit, bro. That he was like, "Yo, I don't understand exactly how is it that we can't when Mueller comes to the comes to testify and stuff. I don't understand on how you're leaving out, and there's a process. You're trying to leave out the rest of the Republicans in order for them not to ask them the questions as to how the fuck this dossier was made, how all this was blamed on Trump, how you know what I'm saying? Like, and how he came to the conclusion where he found no evidence, but you can exonerate the man, even though it's not your job to. So what's the problem now? So now they're trying to get rid of a lot of, they're trying to get rid of a lot of, people from the Republican side and shit. You know what I mean? And they don't
I,
want them
I,
asking those questions.
I think Ted Cruz said it the best. They wanted a certain page, a certain section from the Mueller report, and then they gave you the whole report. They gave you the whole report for you to examine. So, I mean, if you can't find evidence in the full report, then what's there to investigate?
Exactly. And the only thing that was redacted were the grand jury's fucking name.
Right.
You know what I
Well,
mean? Because they
you
had to
know,
keep them. They had to keep them safe. You know what I mean? That's top. That's top secret right there, man. That's some.
well, you can see everything backfiring though, because for the past 2.5 years, CNN, MSNBC, all they did was preach, Russian collusion and obstruction. That's
Yep.
all they preached for the last 2.5 years. Now, CNN, they can't even pay people to watch their show.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Rachel
you.
Maddow's ratings have fallen below like um
Ralph Macchio, you mean?
yeah, her ratings have fallen below like HTV, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Real bad, man. Real fucking bad. Real bad. Hybrid. How you feel about that shit, son?
Man, CNN, MSNBC, fake news. I don't even tune into any of that. If I watch anything political, it's through Fox News and I feel like they're the only ones that just aren't biased.
I mean,
Essentially.
exactly. I mean, look. A lot of people like to say, "Oh, but it's owned under Disney now and stuff like that," and they do that to try to rip people apart. But the people got to understand. People like Laura Ingraham and Sean Hannity and Tucker Carlson and Cavuto and like these newscasters right there within Fox. They're telling the truth, and they've been doing this for 2.5 fucking years, and they bought, and you could tell that it's real because the left have been trying to get rid of these guys ever since. They've been trying to shut them down. As soon as Laura Ingraham said some shit as to LeBron James, just shut your mouth and just play your basketball, just dribble your
Yeah,
ball.
just dribble.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like we're telling these Hollywood actors. There's nothing racist about it. We're telling these Hollywood actors, yo, just shut up and fucking sing and dance or act. Okay, you have no position in this political field,
Well,
right?
I'll say the same thing because to me, like Jessica Chastain is one of the sexiest women I've ever seen in my life. I've got a thing for redheads, and she is like smoking hot, and I love her. When she acts in movies and things. But damn, do I want to bitch slap her?
This is
When she's away from the camera and away from a movie or something, every time she opens her mouth it's orange man bad, SJW bullshit, and I just want to be like, just shut the fuck up.
I can't agree with you more.
I have that same complex with Alyssa Milano.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, man. Oh my god, bro. Like Alyssa Milano, let me tell you something. She looked stupid from the moment she opened her mouth, and I think her whole career ended when she tried to ban sex. Get the fuck out of here.
She's a treat to
Dude,
the eye. Just
what has she done since Charmed? Seriously.
Opened her mouth.
that's what that's my I only watch Charmed because of her, honestly. So good point there.
But yeah, seriously, what has she done since Charmed? She hasn't done shit, you
Yeah.
know, and all she does now is run her mouth. So, um, but I got to give props to, people like Kelsey Grammer,
Yeah.
out there fighting the good fight, and even Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart's out there fighting the good fight. He calls his PC culture the craziest thing he's ever seen.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. And
um,
yeah.
Adam Sandler.
Right.
Adam Sandler is a devout Jew, and he does not like this crap whatsoever. And he makes fun of it all the time, with his stand-up comedy. But that's why he made like his own company, so he doesn't have to be involved in the Hollywood weirdness.
Yeah, exactly. And I just want to say this, like to everybody, peace to my man Karan Bread, Hawker Mustang, the carry, everybody that's on this stream, man. Conrad Martinez, Abdul Wakil, of course, my brother, the Fight Scout, of course, man. Peace to all you guys, man. And whether you like Trump or not, you have to really agree, and I really agree, but you have to admit at least that the man has done more than any fucking sitting president of the United States for the people. Okay, before the 44, like every president within 1 week, just like Barack Obama. I was one that got caught up in the skin politics, and I was all happy. I wanted a first minority president in the office, and all of a sudden it just came out to a point where the first week he got in, he retracted for something he was supposed to do, and he showed that he was for the bankers, and that shit hurt a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden he came up with this. He showed that he was with the Rothschilds and stuff. Like he showed exactly where he stood, and that's the sad thing about how these people play off of our emotions, which lead to our way of thinking, which leads to our manual labor, which leads to our funds, which leads to us funding them with their fucking industrial complex and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
It's
so,
Well, hell, I'll say this much. 15 years ago, if I could have got away with it, you would have probably heard me tell someone if I was rich and famous, hey, I can grab them by the pussy. You know, I
Yeah,
mean, hell,
yeah.
15 years ago, I was a young stud, and I was all about that. Hell yeah, if I could grab someone by the pussy and get away with it, now, God, we're old men now, but I mean, how are you going to hold something against someone that was a remark from 20 years ago? You know?
Exactly. It makes no fucking sense, man. But that's all because of their agenda. My man Hawker Mustang says too many Bolsheviks, Jews, fags, and pedos running Hollywood. I almost forgot Satanists too. I have to agree with that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have to agree with that. And people also have to thank Trump too as well for the children at least because he was the first one to put on the table this whole fucking sex child trafficking thing. This is why one of the reasons why he wanted to stop the border. He brings it up all the time, bro. Little children are being used and then the left is, oh, but the conditions you got them in, motherfuckers, then vote in, give us the funding so we can fucking give these children and these parents more fucking beds and shit that because what they're trying to do now is they're putting up pictures of 2014 when Obama was in office or whatever, and you got motherfuckers sleeping on the concrete ground, no cushion, wrapped in aluminum foil, Reynolds wrap and shit, body sized, and it's fucked up, man. And now they're trying to put this shit on this administration. You crazy? You crazy? Like if there is any time, if there is any more time before our creator comes down here, if there's any more time, I think it's going to be at the last moment that people that went against this are going to realize, oh my God, what have we done? I don't feel that it should take, okay, 2020, the Democrats do something where they figured out something where they can get Trump out of office, and then they put the most extreme leftist motherfucker in there that brings us to war, turns us to a socialist country, and then all of a sudden we've got our kids, we got motherfucker being raped. You got motherfuckers sleeping in your backyard for free. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna make it. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Well, I look at it like this right now. This is how I look at things. And everybody watching, you do not have to have the same opinions as me. And you want to know something? That's what's great about free speech. We
That's
can
right.
all we can all have opinions. We can debate. We don't have to agree, but at the end of the night, we can still sit down and have a beer together and be like, "Hey, that was cool," you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
But the way I look at it, our creator, God the Father, all right,
Right.
he sent Jesus, and then when Jesus left, the Holy Spirit came to the face of the earth, right?
Right.
And what we're seeing right now, in my opinion, is the Holy Spirit finally taking the battle back against the oppressor, because America is starting to wake up. The world is starting to wake up. It's starting to wake up against all this PC culture, and
Right.
even now, the you wouldn't think it by watching the media, but now the the younger generation has more hostility towards lesbians and gays than our generation did.
Right.
That's hard to believe, isn't it? But it's the truth. Surveys have shown now that um, our younger generation, they're wanting to go to church more. They're wanting to return to family values. They're wanting the American dream again.
Right.
America is doing an about face right now, and these leftist radicals, they're shaking in their boots right now because they don't know what the hell to do.
Mm. Exactly. Exactly. And they know that all of this stuff that they've brought up, and conjuring up something as to fucking Trump's son and Donald Trump colluding and with Russians and shit, just to create a coup d'etat against the president of the sitting president of the United States, bro. Like that is treason. Like back in the days, they would have been fucking lined up and shot up by a firing squad, man.
Yeah.
Now, Now, let me tell you guys the truth, and I love all my Mexican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, everybody that's an immigrant, everybody, you know what I'm saying? You know, everybody that that's here in the United States. Everybody that's
Sorry,
here,
guys.
that's all right. Everybody that's here in the United States and have put in their service as to working, or if you serve for the United States of America as to the armed forces, even if you work for the government in another job or whatever, gotta understand, man. You know, this is very true, and it's and when I say the word illegal immigrant, I'm not only talking about fucking Mexicans. I'm not only talking about Puerto Ricans, or well, not can't be Puerto Rican because Puerto Rican, Dominicans, or anybody from San Salvador. Now I'm talking about everybody in a whole, and so was everybody else back then. Now in our days, in the 80s, right, and even in the early 80s, and leaving the 70s, the economy wasn't that great, but it was okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it got to a point where people started to notice, and everybody started to notice, that there was the illegal immigrants that started, people that were sneaking to the country started taking the jobs. Now, I used to hear my friends' uncles, saying my uncle, at a time, my father, and other people, and of course my father had a right because he fought for the country. But like, I used to hear this saying all the time, and it was fact. It had nothing to do with racism, because if it did, they would have called it back then. But nobody ever did until now, because they weaponize it. But I'm more than sure everybody's heard their relatives or somebody, like I said, say this fucking quote. Okay, and I'm quoting them. These fucking
Well,
illegal immigrants, I'm tired of them taking my fucking job. I'm
yeah.
tired of them taking the jobs here, bro, and us Americans can't work. Am I wrong, my fellow brothers and sisters? Am
No,
I wrong about this? We
you're
always said this.
absolutely right.
We always
Now,
said this. Yeah.
I'll say this much, Jay. You live further south than I do. Okay, I'm in Panama City. You're in Melbourne.
Right.
But anybody watching the show, I invite you to go to Orlando. Okay,
Right.
which is probably the biggest tourism destination in America. Orlando, Florida,
Right.
and just go visit anywhere in Orlando besides like the parks, and see if you find someone that actually speaks English.
Good point, my brother. Good point. Yeah.
Same thing in Texas, man. Same thing in Texas. It's very diverse. People think that Texas is just, cowboys and Indians or whatever, but it's really diverse here. It's more diverse than what people would think.
Exactly. And I'm gonna tell you something too, man. Look, when I grew up in the in the 80s and shit, I tell you right now, I America at that time was the most diverse. Everybody loved everybody, bro. That shit came in from the hippie days, and it transcended all the way then, man. Like people aren't actually understanding that there was a grace of love that transpired, and it kept transcending into all of these. You know what I'm saying? As to this is why it held up, that to this day we can look back and say, yo, what the fuck happened to the culture? What happened to the love? What happened to the understanding? Now, a lot of people have selective understanding now. A lot of people want to fucking, you know what I'm saying, change, culture and history, and all because they said so. This came from the era of fucking parents telling their kids, I'm putting you on a timeout instead of whooping their ass. This is
Exactly.
exactly where this comes from. Now, you guys want to know exactly when this big social media experiment started, as to censoring what we wanted to say, even in the movies or anywhere? You want to know where this started, and and
Sure.
and 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 who was the first victim?
Yeah.
Andrew Dice Clay. Okay. Now, you guys remember Rodney Dangerfield, Rip Torn, Red Fox, may he, and Richard Pryor, all the greats. They
Yeah.
always had racial, even Don Rickles. You know, they always
Yeah.
have racial jokes and stuff because this is what it was. If you're not a comedian and you can't go up there and tell jokes about the truth on how we're living and even laugh at yourself, then what good are you? And this is why they were masters, because they made us laugh at things that were so horrible in life, right? So here we are, we're sitting here now. All of a sudden, you notice how the stand-ups are dry. They're very careful what they say. You know, it's not really that funny anymore. You know what I mean? Like they have poisoned and diluted almost everything that was rich in what was supposed to make a culture.
Yeah,
And
stand
listen,
up.
I mean, you
Stand up
guys,
is not funny.
you
Not
guys could
anymore.
probably agree with me on this. Just imagine the kind of outrage that would just erupt if a guy like Sam Kinison were around today.
Oh yeah. Oh man, that would be fucking awesome, man. And you know what? I agree. I agree with Hawker 1,000,000%, bro. Yo, I think we should start calling for Andrew Dice Clay to be President Trump's new press secretary. Hell yeah.
Oh, that would be cool as
Oh
hell.
my
Oh
god.
my god.
Imagine him ripping that fucking Jim Acosta, bro. How epic would that be, bro? Oh my god. Oh man, I can imagine this. This is probably exactly how it would sound like. He'd be like, yeah, you, Jim. Yeah, I've been waiting for you. Go ahead, ask your fucking question. And then he'll be like, well, I just want to know, how do you feel about the border and stuff? And he goes, how I feel about the border? How I feel about the border? Eh, let me tell you something, you fucking prick. All right, you know what the fuck is going on. What do you do, huh? Exactly. What do you do? What do you do? Well, I'm a reporter. No, you're not. You're a fucking activist. Am I right or wrong, huh? Is this snap ahead a fucking act? That's exactly how it would go down. I could see it going down. That would be so fucking awesome, bro.
That would be hilarious. Oh my god. I'd be tripping every damn time Trump gives a damn press conference. Oh my god, that'd be hilarious.
Oh man, I can see it now. He'd be like, MSLSD, fucking CNN, ABC, 1, 2, 3. All you guys, here's to you.
While we're on the
Sucking
topic,
my dick.
while we're on the topic, I will give credit to Bill Burr. Bill Burr is a funny motherfucker, man. That he's pretty
Yeah,
edgy.
yeah, but he flip flops, man. Like he goes with what's good. He goes with what's good. Like if the Democrats are on top because they got certain bills signed and they got away with shit, he'll right away shit on the fucking right? But if the right is succeeding, and then he'll go and pinpoint something that's already out there to make himself look like, oh look, I'm in between. He flip flops, bro. I wish George Carlin was alive today, man. George Carlin would have told it like the fuck it is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. All right, let's get on Elam Omar, the bitch that needs to be deported back to Somalia.
Okay, now just imagine, and this isn't racist at all. Anything that we're talking about, because she's Muslim, it has nothing to do with that. I have lots of Muslim friends. I have Muslim, religion within my family as well, from family members. But imagine us going to a Muslim country, right? And we're representatives like her, and we start talking shit in the country that we work for, like her, within their Senate or whatever, right? Within their government. How would that look? How would that fucking look? So basically, we can look at you as a planted fucking media terrorist because that's what you do, right? But you'll love to talk, but now when questions are asked as to why you're saying these things, where's the evidence to this? You just want to keep going and walking and just say, oh, if you stop me now from going for where I'm going, you're racist. And that's another thing. Everything is fucking racist. Everything is fucking racist. I don't understand that.
Well, for her to make the comment that certain people did something talking about 9/11, all right, there it pushed me over the edge with her. I mean, I didn't like her to begin with, but this totally pushed me over the edge with her because 3 weeks after 9/11, my ass was sitting in Afghanistan.
Right.
I saw the atrocities that were happening in Afghanistan. I saw face to face what fucking terrorists are and
Right.
how they don't value fucking life. and how they use children to, you know, carry bombs or, you know, detonate devices, and they don't give a shit about those children. You know, they're just trying to advance their damn cause,
Right,
which is
right.
bullshit.
Yeah.
And she is trying to get lesser sentences for people like this. She's trying to save their families. You know, bullshit. We need to bomb every last one of them and exterminate them. I'm sorry. But if you're going to be attacking U.S. citizens and the U.S. soil, you don't deserve sympathy from me.
And I'm gonna tell you something right now, man. CNN and the rest of the motherfuckers. Let me tell you something. What's his name? Chris Homo. I mean Cuomo and cocksucking Don Lemon. First of all, he had a habit of going out there and putting, basically, hate speech out there, saying that every white male in America was a threat to, and that's ridiculous. And then, you know the hypocrisy and the contradiction behind that is that, he went home every night, and he still does, because he's married to a white man. You know what I mean? The hypocrisy is disgusting, right? Now you got these guys going out there backing up Antifa, backing up Black Lives Matter, which are George Soros, a warmonger, okay? A fucking funded a motherfucker who funds countries, to get sick, and stuff like that. And he funds both of these things. And this has been put to the forefront, but people continue to stay on the left. They continue to stay with Jay-Z, Beyonce, and everything that, and it's ridiculous. Like, they want to continue with all of these actors and shit. Like if these fucking actors are fucking terrorists and fucking devil worshippers as well, man. You know what I'm saying? The ones that are saying, oh, like Robert De Niro. Who the fuck? First of all, motherfucker, you went straight to DVD like 10 years ago. Who the fuck do you think you are now? Like you don't even matter. You're irrelevant. Like Hollywood is totally irrelevant. They don't even make good enough movies to have a motherfucker be excited to get out of work or you know what I'm saying, take his family to go see a fucking flick these days. Everything
I'm
is yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. I was agreeing with you. I don't think there's been a movie out in the past 2 years where I've been like, I've got to go see that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
mean, there's been nothing that has just absolutely drawn me to the theater. Now, I will say though, um, if you haven't seen it, you need to see it. You need to see the Green Book.
right.
It absolutely phenomenal. I
Right.
mean, I can't brag enough about that movie because it touched me in ways that I thought I couldn't be touched, but it did. It touched me deeply watching that movie.
That was a Best Picture winner, if I'm not mistaken, right?
What's that?
The Green Book. It was a Best Picture winner, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
It was, it was, but to see racism how it truly was in like the 50s and early 60s, and for a white man to just help this guy. Oh my God. Like I said, this movie touched me in ways I thought I could never be touched.
Yeah.
I mean, it was absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Shit, man. There. Listen. Shows like, if I'm not mistaken, let me see, because I wanna make sure he gets the credit for it, for bringing it up. Was it Comrade or was it Joe? Who brought up the Archie Bunker? Here we go. Yeah, Joe Blow. Um, you know, uh, Joe Blow brought up the fact that, like the show, Archie Bunker. You know, the Jeffersons. Good Times. Like those shows, man. They were real shows. They showed the struggle. They showed the political views. They showed the racisms within it. They showed the problems as to child abuses and stuff. Like, they showed the problems of the economy, and how it was hard to get a job at those points, and how they had to, come up with. I mean, look, all these shows were beautiful, and we learned things from them. Even moving on into the early '80s, like even shows like Cheers.
Yeah.
Even shows like, fucking the Cosby Show. You know,
All in the Family was a good one.
yeah,
Yeah.
a different world. Saved by the fucking Bell. Oh, and even the fucking old school. What's happening? Like even the ones that I mentioned before. There's so many right now. That's very hard to hit. They probably keep coming on. But what I'm saying here is that you know they want to make us believe that things come to pass. The only way things come to pass is when you know, you as a person decide, okay, you know what, I'm over this. I'm moving on. It's time to learn something new. These motherfuckers like to, this is why they made social media because it's a, what these kids today are living in is a fucking trend. It's all a trend. It's all a fad. It's not original like ours. Ours wasn't a fad. It was a trend. It was a culture. There is no culture. Like think about it. Skinny jeans, everything is bitten off of the early 70s and 80s fashion. Brought into here. The only thing is fucking tighter. Am I
Yeah.
right or wrong, my people?
I,
Like,
you know,
yeah.
I don't know what you would call this fashion today because, like, me growing up, everything was what people would call like the preppy look. You
Right.
looked very presentable, you
Right.
know.
Right.
You didn't,
But shit was still baggy. It wasn't.
I,
It wasn't.
I
It wasn't showing your gooch and shit like
right,
that.
right.
I've
But
got to explain something to you guys. I don't know if you guys have seen this, but there's a bus stop near my house, and I saw some kid who had a backpack, but it was on his chest. It was like a chest pack.
Right.
I asked him what it was, and he's like, "Oh, well, this is my backpack."
Right.
It was on his chest. I mean, I don't know. Silly things like that. Like, how could that ever just be a fashion symbol?
Right.
well, hell, someone needs to invent me like a ball pack. You know, my 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 underwear is not doing it. I need a ball pack. You
Right.
know.
This
Right.
and the rap industry. A lot of these guys, they used to have swag and whatnot, and now you see a lot of these young rappers wearing purses.
Well, that's because there's the homosexual agenda where they figure, you know what, this is exactly where I was going to get to the point with Mr. Conrad Martinez the third. I understand what you're saying that movies don't change feelings and stuff like that, but you got to understand it's all MK programming, okay? MK Ultra programming. Like it's a psyop. What they do is they have gullible people, not like you, not like me, not like hybrid, not like John or anyone on here, but the snowflakes, the guys that actually believe this. Look, to put it in short and to prove my point as to what I'm saying, look at Alyssa Milano, Robert De Niro, and everybody that's speaking up against American freedoms. They have these people say these things because they know they have a following. Okay, they have the masses. They have masses following them, millions. So they figure, you know what? We could get our message out with these motherfuckers to brainwash and it's all a psyop. They're all brainwashed, and that's the
Exactly, it's
yeah,
all brainwashing.
exactly. And you know how you know they're brainwashed? If you go through every news channel, if you listen to anybody that you debate, they say the same thing verbatim, son. It's a program.
Yeah, it's they. You go from news channel to news channel to news channel, and they're all spitting the same rhetoric. It's the same words that are
Yep.
coming out of their mouths.
Yep.
Someone is feeding them the same BS message, and I've always hated the term NPC, but that's what they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're brainwashed leftists that everybody, if you're not with this certain clique, you're out.
Exactly. Exactly. And look, to prove your point right, exactly. Look at Hillary Clinton. Going going into the African American, a voting base and talking to them, right? And then having an interview afterwards, and they ask her, and she goes, "Oh, I carry hot sauce all the time," because she thought that was cool. The same thing with Kamala Harris going to what was it called? Hot
The breakfast
97
club.
or Hot 103 and talking and getting caught in a lie, because when she was in college, Tupac and Biggie wasn't there. So when she came out and said, "Yeah, I used to smoke pot," and they asked her, "So who you used to listen to?" She said, "Tupac and Biggie." They all looked at her like, "Wait a minute, hold on, bitch, you're like fucking 50 fucking 9, 58."
The
Tupac,
crazy thing about that interview, it was on the Breakfast Club, by the way, and
yeah,
Charlemagne asked Hillary Clinton, he pretty much stated, black people are going to think you're pandering to them, and she was just like, oh, well, is it working?
yeah, she said that too. Exactly. Good point. Yeah, good point, bro. Hell yeah. You know, you know. So they get gullible people like that to follow them, and then they play with these tricks, man. They cater to your feelings. So like if they're like, oh, you know what,
Uh, this is the thing about it too, Jay. Is who's that black girl, the conservative one that she's young and real pretty?
Candace Owens.
Candace Owens, exactly. You have a lot of these people from the
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Say that again.
you have a lot of these people from the black community that are waking up, as Star Wars Dad mentioned, and they're noticing the silly games that the left are playing. Because back then it was all about the black people.
Right.
Now it's all about the immigrants, the gays, the Muslims. They're pretty much putting the black community in the corner, and that's why you're seeing so many the black community shift over towards just being Republican and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. No doubt. Piece of the boxing junkie who just stepped into the building. What's going on, brother? And and yeah, man, and like these guys, they like to program and talk to people like if we're fucking stupid, and think that okay, what we say goes, and if you don't like it, then and it's true. It's true. They made everyone dependent, man. They have made everyone dependent off of them, and they want to continue to do this. And this is the other stupid thing, John. Hybrid, they're talking about free education. Ain't shit for free, bro. Motherfuckers are gonna be so pissed off, bro. They're gonna fuck up the tax returns that everybody's getting. Everybody's been happy, bro. Motherfuckers has been getting fucking stadium style TVs and shit, leather seating for the crib. Like motherfuckers is happy. They denying it. They denying Trump, but motherfuckers know what's going on. They know what's going on, and that's how America is, and I love it. I'm not blaming nobody to say, oh, I don't really like Trump, but at least admit that the motherfuckers moving, motherfuckers got a little more money in their pockets. I know motherfuckers right now that got 2 fucking jobs, bro, that haven't worked in like fucking 8 years, bro.
Well, let me put it to you this way. I went to school on a half scholarship, right? I went to school on a half athletic scholarship. And for the rest of the time I was in school,
right,
I was taking school loans and I was working.
Right.
But you want to know something? I valued my education when I finished school.
Yeah.
Because I had to work for it.
Right.
It wasn't given to me. And so I studied my ass off to make sure I had my grades, because if I didn't have my grades, I wouldn't have my my loans, I wouldn't have my college assistance.
Right.
And like I said, I valued what I had because I had to work for it. Anything just given to you, you do not appreciate it. It should not be a right in the United States to go to college. That's not a right that should be given to you.
Right.
And I hate to say it, but in today's day and age, college is not college anymore. It's a breeding ground.
It's not. And I don't want. And can I interject for a second, just to
yes.
just to add on to what you're saying, as to what you just said, fuck, man, I just lost it. That college is in how do you say, it isn't a, it's not a privilege, basically what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and exactly, it's a choice. Yeah. Once you have a choice, it's not a privilege. You know what I mean? It's a choice. Okay, am I gonna go to school and and add more education on it, or am I not gonna? that's not a privilege. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And and people are just on some shit where it's like, now they actually believe these motherfuckers are going to give. It's going to cost them in the trillions to do this. Are they fucking crazy?
Well, hell, what good is going to school and getting a 4-year degree in lesbian dance theory going to do you for the rest of your life? What are you going to do with a degree in lesbian dance theory? I mean, seriously. Or feminist agenda, 105.
Right. Right.
I mean, and that's what school's going to now. They've created all these what I call bullshit degrees that I'm looking at it like, what the fuck? What happened to math? What happened to science? What happened to history? What happened if you didn't know your math, science, and history in your English? You were tossed out of school.
Yep. And at the same time, they also gave you remedial classes.
Yes. That you had to pay for.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. These schools, look, this is why people have to understand that you cannot pay attention to any type of racism that is being fabricated today, brought up in civil wars and all this shit, and they want to, the history that's been taught to us, and that's why the best thing to do is self-educate, because if you listen to things get passed on, and they always are, they put them up there, and since they put it up there, they have the right to take it down whenever they want, and that's exactly what they're doing with his story. Okay, what the fuck is really his story? Let's take a look at this, gentlemen. His story that we have been studying, right? We can actually say, yo, this is bullshit. It's bullshit then, because now all of a sudden they think that they have a right to change it, and if they actually change it, then we have to start questioning ourselves. Oh shit, is space real? Is science real? And then it gets deeper and deeper. The rabbit hole goes deeper and deeper. You see, so this is what I'm saying. Like people
And
have
yeah,
to.
as you
Yeah, go.
guys, oh yeah, as you guys can see, it's seeping into the films now, and they're setting traps. It's like with the mermaid film. They're recreating these classic films to pretty much promote a politically correct agenda, and it's just creating chaos, And listen, none of us on here are racist or anything like that, but you can't. The originality is gone. You can't just go stealing someone else's content
Right.
and using it as your own benefit to be some civil rights ambassador. It doesn't work that way. If you're gonna go that route, do what Jordan Peele, what he's doing with the Let Go or the Get Out and the Us film.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Create
Well, I look at it like this, though. You would think, if you're a major Hollywood studio, what's your number one goal? To me, it would be to make money. That any business, your number one goal is to make money and make a profit, right? You don't want to, go into the red. You don't want to go into the red at all. But these idiots refuse to learn their lesson, and then they double down on it. Like this, let's look at it. This new Charlie's Angels movie that's coming out.
Right.
And we were told that, this movie is not made for men whatsoever, and okay, it's not made for men. So you've divided half the base that might actually go see this movie already, right?
Right.
Then it's packed full of feminist agenda. So you've already divided the female base that might go see it in half. So you've already got a flop on your hands. You've got Ghostbusters 2016 all over again. Way to go, Elizabeth Banks.
Oof.
Now, look at the new Terminator. And now you got the director from Terminator, attacking everyone calling everyone misogynist and xenophobes and everything else. All right, that's great, but when your movie flops, you can attack everyone all you want, but you're not making any money.
Right.
And of course, we all know Lucasfilm. Look what they've done to Star Wars.
Fucking destroyed it. And how do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about the race change for the Little Mermaid? I mean, do you guys think it's a big fucking deal or not? I mean,
Dude, okay. I find it to be a big deal because the reason I say that, it's a small drop in the bucket that leads to much bigger waves down the road.
right,
You know what I'm saying? Because if you remember, you and I, we grew up with Orphan Annie. Remember?
Little Orphan Annie. Yeah, I remember that.
All right. Remember the movie? And she was a comic book character all from like either the 30s and 40s all the way up, right? And she's always been a little white girl with red hair. Well, they did a musical on Broadway, and they changed her from a white girl with red hair to a black girl. Should never be done. And to me, it's not about race. It's about disrespecting what came before it.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. I understand. I understand.
Here's
I
my
mean,
thing.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead, Javier.
It's highly disrespectful, in so many regards that you first off you're piggybacking off of someone else's hard work, off of someone else's content, and you're only utilizing it for the fact that you're wanting to be a civil rights ambassador, that you're for a quick money grab, as Star Wars had mentioned.
Yeah.
It's all to try to win over this fictional PC crowd that they think they have.
Right.
They think they're doing the right thing, but then they want to turn around and point fingers at all the people that are criticizing the films. Exactly what you saw with the Captain Marvel film on Rotten Tomatoes.
Right. Right. Well, I just want to stand. I'm gonna play devil advocate here. All right, with this because back in the 70s, the mid 70s, they had made a remake with all the singers, that represent Motown, if I'm not mistaken, called The Wiz, and that was the African American version of the Wizard of Oz.
Okay.
Right? Remember that. Now, the thing is that they did that with taste and class. You know why
Right.
they did that? Because they put the R&B feel to it inside of it, right? As well as they did the same feel and the same build up and the same plot, but they switched up certain things because of the music behind it. You see,
Right.
the first one was a musical, but this one, The Wiz, was an actual musical. Like they only had like maybe 1 minute of dialogue, and the rest was all a fucking how do you say a number, you know?
Right. Right.
So now when we look at this Little Orphan Annie, where they started doing the little race baiting, like I said, remember these are psyop programs that they put out there. Okay, so when they started throwing little niches to see how far they can go, they did it with Annie, thinking that it was gonna cause an uproar, and it didn't. We were like, okay, let's see what it can do. Now that it's gotten so sensitive from other shit that they put out there that motherfuckers took for bait when they threw it out there, it's gotten so fucking pressure sensitive to motherfuckers assholes, right? That now when they say, you know what, this was done before, let's give it a chance, right? At least not swaying off what you're saying, John. I understand your point of view. I'm just saying, remember, I'm playing devil's advocate.
No, you're fine.
Instead of saying, this was done before, let's give it a chance. Now, since shit is so delicate with motherfuckers out there, that's fucking snowflakes and shit and fucking betas. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, oh my God, what are they doing? Because now, suppose they put red hair on her. Because if you really look at it, what's her name in the movie? Ariel, I think her name is Oreo or some shit.
Yeah, Ariel.
Yeah, she has red hair, but she's tanned because she's always in the ocean. She's always out in the sun. So she's sort of like tan. She's not so, totally pink and shit and beige. She's sort of tan. So this shit just may work out and it just may be better. But at the same time, people also have to understand from what I am saying with the psyops that they did this to see if this is going to bother anyone.
Oh,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly why I said it was a trap. But I do want to put it into this context because Jay, you're a content creator. You've written stories yourself.
right.
How would you feel if someone took your Sector Urantia book and turned Dean Brolick into some homosexual transgender fucking, maybe they did appreciate your book or whatever, but now they're wanting to recreate your story and just change it. People say it's minor, but those are characters that you spent a long time developing.
Exactly. You see, and I'm glad you brought that point up. You see, this is where George Lucas fucked up. When he sold that whole Star Wars franchise for $4.1 billion, what he should have done was said, but in this, when I give this to you, you are not to touch the characters, you are not to change anything for the future. If you're going to add on to them, at the same time, I want creative control. That's it. I don't want to make money off of it, but I want to make sure that you do not steer this the wrong way, because at the same time, right? Just like you have to protect your investment, I have to make sure that you don't fuck up your investment so you could come back and try to take my money in a lawsuit. You see?
Well, speaking of that, though, you know, I think the worst thing that ever happened to Hollywood, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but is J.J. Abrams.
I cannot listen. I'm with you on that. I'll let you continue. That dude is completely overrated.
The only movie I liked from J.J. Abrams was Super 8. That's it. That shit was
That
pretty
Well,
badass. That's
look,
it.
look what he did to Star Trek. He absolutely destroyed Star Trek.
Oh
I
man.
mean, and did you ever try watching his series Lost?
Yeah. Oh my god, I can't.
Dude,
I can't. I
dude,
can't. I
you
can't.
you were so confused throughout that series. You couldn't tell what was going on from one episode to the next episode. And I felt the same way with what was that show that we watched on HBO that was the JJ Western World.
Right.
Um, it the first season I
Was
thought
pretty
was
good.
great,
Yeah.
and then the second season I was so damn confused. I'm like, what the hell are you doing here? You know?
Exactly. You know what it was too? They tried too much, focusing on the female who was, starting to grow feelings and her memories and shit. Like they focused on her too much and they dragged on. That's why it didn't survive. Like these gender politics, it's got to stop, man. You know, with all of these leftists, they got to stop this shit. Look, we already have Sarah Connor, okay?
Agent
For
Ripley.
exactly. I mean, go ahead, guys, keep going. We had fucking Demi Moore for GI Jane. All
Tomb
Oh,
right,
Raider,
you had
Laura Croft, Angelina Jolie.
thank
yeah.
you.
I
And
mean,
look,
we've
go ahead. I'm sorry.
no Sigourney Weaver, dude. Look at
Yes.
Sigourney
Yeah,
Weaver, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you had her in Aliens and you had her in Ghostbusters. I
Yeah.
mean,
Look,
um,
look at fucking Linda Carter, Wonder
yeah,
Woman, right? I mean,
yeah.
look. We could keep going. We can keep going as to exactly why there were women who were in the lead, and
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 to add to your to add to y'all's point, because since you guys being Star Wars fans, don't forget that Princess Leia grabbed that blaster from Luke's hand and showed him how to use the damn thing.
Oh, she was a badass throughout the first three movies, period. I mean, all throughout Star Wars, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi, she was a badass. Well, you saw more of her feminine side in Return the Jedi, but in Empire Strikes Back and A New Hope, I mean, she was a badass.
yeah, yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Look at fucking Brigitte Nielsen in Red Sonja with Arnold
Yeah,
Schwarzenegger. You know
yeah,
what I mean? Fucking Michelle Rodriguez in Girl Fight.
yeah.
I mean, I could go on and on, man. Before all this fucking bullshit, there were women that in Hollywood, that's what I'm saying. The left is lying. Like, and only people that believe in this are the programmed motherfuckers stuck in the matrix. That woke shit, they're not really woke. They haven't awakened like we are. We have awakened. Like, people have to understand they are twisting it. If you didn't understand how they started this shit too, the word ratchet, okay, it's really wretched, but they're twisting it, man.
Well,
Yeah,
another thing with Hollywood there, Jay,
yeah,
is, these leftists now, they're talking about we can't sexualize women anymore. They can't be sexualized, blah, 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 blah.
you
Well,
can't be
then,
sexualized.
yeah. Well, then, okay, that's like an oxymoron to me because the movie Aquaman did over $1 billion, right?
Yes.
And do you know how many women went to see that movie just to see Jason Momoa without a shirt on?
Yeah, exactly. The hypocrisy behind it. Exactly.
And just to give your guys' era some credit, people wanted to act like people weren't just socially liberal or anything back then. How would a film like Tootsie? I don't know if you guys
Yes.
seen that
Yeah,
film.
of course, with Dustin Hoffman, of course.
It
No,
won
no, no,
best.
no. Yeah,
It won best picture.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
mean,
Well, I hate to say it, but TNA sells, tits and ass sells. And,
exactly.
hot women sells. I mean, let's face it, who would have really got into the first like three Transformer movies if Megan Fox wasn't looking so hot?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be damned, in the first Transformers movie where she leans over Bumblebee in those Daisy Duke shorts.
Oh man. Oh, that's ridiculous. Oh, that's ridiculous, bro. Oh, hell
I
yeah.
mean, it had my attention right then and there. I'm like, okay, I'm hooked throughout the rest of the movie.
Come on,
You
bro.
know,
Look. And that's another thing. They tried to get on Jamie Lee Curtis. They tried to get on all these women that actually knew what was behind them taking these roles where they were either naked or were wearing some type of two-piece bikini for a scene or whatever. And it's like all these people are like, oh, that's wrong. Who the fuck are you to tell these women who have been fucking acting before you even thought of how the fuck you were going to act upon whatever the fuck she was doing for a career? How are you going to tell this professional that her choice in her life on how she makes her money is fucking wrong? As long and it's not harming anyone. Get the fuck out of here. This is why they have ratings, motherfuckers. It's,
exactly, because
yeah,
even Disney, who says they have their most squeaky clean image out of everybody. You realize Daisy Ridley has done a nude scene before she was Rey.
right.
So, I mean, get off of it. You know, I mean, I hate to say it, but if I was making movies, I'd be putting stuff in movies that I know that's going to put people's butts, into the damn theater seats.
And
I mean,
these fucking morons are fighting a war they're not going to win. First of all, to end this whole shit about these motherfuckers trying to stop things, they will never end the porn industry. Never. As long as that shit exists, man, and I'm not saying that it's right, but as long as it exists, there will always be spurts of sexuality where people are going to be attracted and fuck. Bottom line, you know what I mean? There's no such thing as oh, don't have sex because of climate change. What kind of retarded shit is that, bro? Yo, what really? But yo. The world's gonna end in 12 years because of climate change. You gotta
you know,
you can't have sex and because of climate change. What's next, bro? What's next, bro? When you piss, you can't pull your dick out. You gotta try to make your dick pull itself out of zippered pants or tie string fucking you know what I'm saying? Workout pants that you got on. You can't use your hands now to piss. That's gonna be the new shit. So we're gonna be walking
well,
around all pissy. It's ridiculous.
according to AOC, if you have children now, it's immoral.
Oh my goodness. That bitch is a donkey.
Just
Yeah.
just around your guys' feathers a bit, because this is a political stream. What do you guys think about Bernie Sanders saying that felons and including the Boston bomber should be allowed the right to vote?
Not at all. Not at all. You know why? And I'm gonna go first on this. I'm sorry, fellas. No. If you commit a crime, especially if they were atrocities, man, your rights are taken away. You are serving society now for the crimes that you have committed. So you're lucky you're even eating for taking
Let me
lives.
let me speak his side of the argument, just to heat
Well,
things up.
let me focus on this for a second, and then I'll let you get in on this because I have a totally different view.
All right.
This is how I see this, because if you are a felon, you've broken the laws in the United States, and I understand that, and I understand that you should lose your rights for breaking that law. But once you have finished your punishment, whether it be prison time, probation,
Oh no. Afterwards,
whatever.
yes, afterwards, but no. This motherfucker's talking about
The
during.
Boston bomber.
They're
The
talking
Boston.
about. Hold on, John. They're talking about during their sentence. They can vote.
See, I don't agree with that. But see, I will say I don't care who it is. And I don't care what crime it is.
Yeah.
Once you finish your sentence,
Yes.
no
After.
matter no
Yes.
matter how bad your crime is,
Yes. I
you
agree.
should be able to get your rights back, because
I agree.
the reason for that is you have to be able to reintegrate into society. And
Exactly.
if you're not able to reintegrate into society, they might as well just keep you in prison for the rest of your life.
I mean, yeah, I agree. After you served your debt to society, no doubt you can have your rights back. You can vote, but during your prison sentence, no, no,
I
This guy,
agree.
this guy said that the Boston bomber should be allowed the right to vote because it was an inherent right since birth, since the day he was born. He was allowed the inherent right to vote.
I don't agree with that. If you've screwed up, and you've committed a crime, you deserve to lose your rights till you finish your sentence. But
exactly.
And this is my thing.
see, in my opinion, the day you finish your sentence is when you should have not just your voting rights restored, but all your rights. I even think that felons should get their rights to bear arms back.
Right, right.
Yeah,
But
I agree with the Star Wars dad on that. But my thing is, in regards to the Boston bomber, the moment you take someone else's life, you're you're preventing them the right to vote, right? You just they cease to live because of you.
right.
So in
Yeah.
that regard,
Y-
you
y-
shouldn't be allowed shit. Not
Yeah,
even
but
the right to vote.
yeah, but the Boston Bomber's fucking in there for life. He's never coming out.
Yeah. He'll
So
he'll
so basically, is basically what fucking crazy batshit crazy Sanders is saying. The guy that looks like he fucking eats jelly donuts and wipes his hand on his suit and shit because he looks filthy. Yeah, he does, man. It's like you got to look at him like this, man. Like he's fucking nuts, man. The dude is still in jail, and you want him to vote. So
I mean,
basically,
this is real. I'm not making this up. I mean,
no,
you
no,
guys.
no. I heard of this. I spoke on this too. No, I heard of this. You're right. You're absolutely right, bro. That shit is nuts. That shit is crazy.
well, it's if Sanders has his way and most of these leftists have their way, they'll have illegal immigrants voting at the same time. They'll have people in jail voting. They'll be having dead people voting. If it serves their purpose.
He said dead people were voting.
Open borders.
I
Yeah,
mean,
way open. Hell yeah. Yeah.
and God help us, Kamala Harris is already talking that, if she gets elected president, the first thing she's going to do, is an executive order to remove people's AR, 57s and what she calls assault rifles. And I'm like, you can't do that. That is unconstitutional. You cannot give an executive order to override the Constitution.
It's crazy.
Kamala Harris and Cory Booker. Cory Booker, I just feel I can't stand him.
Yo,
He seems
those two are the biggest cokeheads, bro. You could tell, bro.
he is such a tool, man.
That bitch is a nasally cokehead, and he's a eyes wide open cokehead. Think about it. When she talks, she's the type of girl. She's the type of chick that she sniffs it, puts it in her mouth, and sips the wine and puts the wine in her nose to wet the nasal passage. And he looked like the dude that just takes the line. That's it, just straight.
The funny thing is, I don't know if you saw this picture, Jay, of Kamala Harris eating at a soul food restaurant, because I'm half black. I have my mom's side of the family is African American. You don't put hot sauce on your collard greens. You put it on the chickens. And that's the collard greens. She was putting the hot sauce in the collard greens.
You want to know something though? I'm a white guy, and I put hot sauce on everything.
He said I put that shit on everything.
I do. I'm not going to lie to you. I put hot sauce on everything. I mean, if I have hamburger helper, it's getting hot sauce. If I have cornbread, it's getting hot sauce.
Popcorn too?
Yeah. Well,
shit.
I don't know. I haven't put hot sauce on popcorn, but I'll give that a try too. But hot sauce goes on everything for me, and I'm as white can be.
I mean, I don't know if they wanted to sell that better, that she should have been putting the hot sauce on the chicken. She was dousing those collard greens with fucking Louis. Come on, man.
He said she was dousing them shits down. She was fucking Christianing them shits. She gave this just a baptism.
Her own father called her shit out.
Yeah, she's full of shit, man. Kamala Harris is full of shit, bro. Willie Brown used to give her the sweet dick Willie, son, and that's how she got into politics. And he even said it. And he's starting her beef. This is what I'm saying, yo. She's not gonna make it past. I'm talking about like maybe the second debate, bro. Because what's gonna happen is all that dirt is gonna come up, bro, and she's not gonna look classy to be presidential, man. Like, first of all, is she married? No. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, can you see her debating Trump?
Oh my God, Trump would tell her, bro. So how's Willie Brown? Have you seen him lately?
I mean, seriously.
The same thing that happened to Jeb Bush would happen to her. I don't know if you guys remember that, where Jeb Bush was, this position takes grit, it takes toughness, and Trump was just like, yeah, sure, you're a tough guy, Jeb. You're a tough guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I could just see Trump looking at her like, so how many people did you sleep with to get to where you're at now?
Oh my goodness.
And
oh man.
And then I could see her saying, well, how many people did you sleep with? And he's like, well, I slept with plenty, but not to get where I'm at.
Yeah, exactly. And he was like, and I was married and I had children from each and every one of them. And they were models. They had their own careers. They didn't have to sleep to the top to get it. When I met them, they were already at the top. Where were you, Kamala? Where were you?
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh man, Trump would destroy her. And even look, anybody, the only one that'll probably give him problems, and I think that he'll just cut her in the second debate, will be Tulsi Gabbard.
I got respect for her, but she's still filthy. She's still she's still filthy. But I'm just saying, as to being smarter, to not go all the way to the far left, you know what I mean? To stay like a Democrat and to give the Democrat the face back, from them pulling all this fucking circus shit. You know what I mean? She can actually be the Democrat face that didn't have the fucking paint that they have now on their face. You know what I mean? Yeah. And who the hell was that chick in the debate that sounded all Southern that no one had any idea who she was? Who the hell was that?
About
who?
the Elizabeth lady, the old lady.
Warren, Elizabeth Warren.
No,
Yeah.
no, no. She was in the second. Was it the first debate? Not Elizabeth Warren, but she sounded all Southern, and I was like, this is, she's not in office. She doesn't hold a position in office. She's like a newcomer, and I'm like, who the hell is this bitch? And she's running for president.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like,
yeah. They
but
got. They,
Elizabeth Warren though, can you imagine Trump and Warren debating?
oh my
Jeez.
God, bro.
Uh,
Oh my goodness. First of all, everything will start off with Pocahontas.
Yep. Yep.
Everything will start off with Pocahontas. Everything will start off with Pocahontas, bro.
So, Pocahontas, how many tribes are you actually attached to?
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah. You got your fucking different groups out there, bro. You got I heard now there's abstract leftists now. I mean, yo, you got so fucking many. It's fucking retarded, man. Oh my God. Oh, who's this? Somebody new here. Rory. Democrats are leftist idiots. Fuck you, bro. Fuck you. Democrats aren't fucking leftists. They're far way to the fucking left, you fucking idiot. Who the fuck are you? Get the fuck out of here.
Well,
You fucking.
something I'd like to see in the chat is, and the two of you also. I, I live in Panama City, Florida, so we're very, very, very conservative here. Has anybody actually seen like an Antifa rally? Because
fuck no, I'm in Texas.
So have you seen it?
Try. I dare any of you motherfuckers. Jay has said this in the past. I dare any of those motherfuckers to come to a stand your ground state. I dare it. Come on. I welcome
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
smoke.
Yeah, because I'll tell you this much: living here, Florida, it's a stand your ground state. But if Antifa tried pulling that shit here in Panama City, I'm telling you, every damn redneck, within the next 100 miles would come out of the woods and kick their ass.
That's fucking crazy. Of course, and this fucking idiot wants to come on here talk about Democrats aren't leftists. What did they fucking sure have turned into them? You fucking moron. Am I wrong here?
Explain. All right, I want this guy to explain.
Nah, I already kicked him the fuck off because
Right,
first of all,
yeah,
because you know how I am, bro. Like I'm not even fucking calling nobody out there. And that's one thing I hate when motherfuckers start calling me on my. You're gonna call us idiots. Like you couldn't just say, without the idiot, you fucking idiot.
Why is your boyfriend Beto speaking fucking Spanish at an American election? Booker and all that. Come on,
bro,
dude.
that shit was the most fakest shit. As I was listening to that, I was like, these guys are destroying my language, bro.
They're pandering. I was like, how fake can you get in a damn debate? You can't talk about real issues, so you're going to sit there and speak in Spanish. I mean, you've got no legs to stand on because every policy that you want to make is just utter garbage. And I think they know that it's utter garbage. And so, okay, we've got nothing better to do. Let's try to speak in a little Spanish here, but I want to know, how stupid can their constituents be to vote these people into office?
Oh, they exist. They exist. There's some. I had a cousin of mine. I hate to bring up family, but there's a cousin of mine.
Yo, I got the same thing, man. I lost cousins and relatives over this bullshit too, bro. Go ahead, brothers.
She goes back and forth with me on, Ivanka Trump is an immigrant, and listen, her last name is Trump. She is married to a U.S. citizen. Do you not know the way the system works? Are you that stupid? I mean, come on, right? Come on. Like, these broads know what they got to do. Ivanka's not that stupid.
Oh, Ivanka's hot.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Ivanka is smoking
She's hot
hot.
and she's a citizen. She is not an immigrant. She is a citizen. Well, technically, she's an immigrant, but as of right now, she's a citizen. She's married to an American citizen. Grant her the right to citizenship.
How about them fucking dumb bitches at the View? The way they've been
Oh my
fucking,
god.
yo, I can't stand none of them bitches. And Megan McCain, bro, like from the highlights from the news, man, from what they've been showing, I think that they should have fucking, I think she should just like totally leave that place, bro. Just run far away from
Dude,
that place as you can, bro.
They put her in such a dark corner.
I had no idea how vile Whoopi Goldberg was till she got on that show, because I used to love her from back in the 80s, and when they put her on that show and to hear how she talks about things, I'm like, are you serious? I mean, she is absolutely vile. But then you've got the worst out of them. You got, what's her name, Joy Behar or whatever her name is.
Exactly.
And I'm like, how the hell is this bitch on the show? Because I mean, she's not even famous, but everything out of her mouth is, you know, some communism or some Marxism. I'm like, that's ABC for you, because they're owned by Disney,
Oh yeah, yeah.
To me, I don't know if it's just me. I would watch The View 24/7 if it meant that I never had to watch the Young Turks video ever again. Those
Those are
mother
fucking morons too, bro. Then, oh my gosh.
they are the most toxic humans. That sink fucking Uyghur, whatever the fuck his name is. That dude is completely toxic.
Hell yeah.
I think the girl that's on there with him is even worse than him, though. I can't remember what her name is. She's hot as hell,
The
but
big
dude,
nose, the chick that has a
yeah,
huge size nose.
Fucking Joy
yeah.
Behar. I can't stand that bitch.
No, no, no.
Amy!
I'm talking about the Young Turks chick.
Oh, that skinny fucking anorexic looking fucking
Yeah,
chick.
the one with the big nose.
Yeah, man. She's always talking that shit, bro. Yo, man. I hope one day, bro, a door slam on her fucking nose.
Well, the thing that at least you can like listen to her and you can tell she doesn't know what she's talking about. Sink
Yeah.
Uger tries to act like he knows what he's talking about.
Yup. Fucking.
Complete shit.
You look like a fucking. I just choked on my pot. You look like a fucking dirty marshmallow you dropped on the floor.
That dude has lost debate after debate. He got schooled by Ben Shapiro. Got schooled by that other dude. What was that other?
Ben Shapiro tore him like a piece of paper, bro.
Who was that other guy that schooled him worse than Ben Shapiro did?
Hell, even Alex Jones schooled him.
Bro, Alex Jones. I have to see that one. Alex Jones is a crazy motherfucker, man.
Yeah, I mean, even Alex Jones schooled him. I mean, and you know what's so sad about it is he's the one that's backed, these left wing radicals like AOC, Omar. They're all part of the Justice Democrats, which Uyghur was, which he founded, but they kicked him out because of the sexual remarks he was making about dating and everything.
Right. It's nuts, man. It's just fucking retarded, man. And then let's talk about bitches crying on the panel now, right? Let's take that back for a minute. Do you believe anything? I mean, how the way this bitch made herself cry, like her eyes started getting swollen more. I mean, she actually cried, but we all know that this is not what this woman is about, even though we've never met her one day in our life. You know what I'm saying? We all know. Yeah. Ex Cali says Alex Jones is on testosterone therapy. It's driving him crazy. He can't handle it. Oh shit!
Is Hawker Mustang still in the building?
Yeah, he's still in the building.
I want to know what he has to say because Hawker Mustang is a savage. He's a savage, man.
Oh no, he's been He's been fucking tearing this shit up too, man. He's been saying some fucking. He called Joy Behar an old Bolshevik Jew. Yeah,
The Hawker Mustang's my dude, man.
yeah, he pretty cool, bro. He pretty cool. Joe Blow, man, come on, man, chill out, bro. Chill out, man, chill. So that shit was fucking funny, man. Because this bitch is crying, and she's all the children but this is the same bitch that refused to basically vote in all them bitches on the panel. They're complaining about the way things are at the border, which we all know they're lying because they already have shown us. So this is basically her just acting out, trying to drag this shit along for a longer process because she's one of the people that didn't vote for the funding. She went against it. So why are these fucking retarded fucking women? First of all, and we all know what it is, but I mean, we have to talk about this. Why are they screaming racism? Number one. Number two, why are you fucking arguing when the resolution is in your hand? All you have to do is sign. That's
Okay,
it.
and you know what? To further your point, I hate to cut you off, but
No. Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
I have to bring this up. These were the same people that were laughing and making fun of Candace Owens when she was at that restaurant and Antifa popped up and harassed them while they're just out having lunch.
Right.
And
Right. That was fucked up.
police, when all the police officers there were men of color, there was Hispanic and black officers there, and they're screaming racism. How are you going to scream that at someone like Candace Owens, a young black female, just because of the fact that she happens to be conservative? You're going to call her things like coon and Uncle Tom. And these were mostly white people from the Antifa group.
Wow.
You know what you have saying those kind of things to Candace Owens?
Well, I look at it like this. If you have to put a mask on to humiliate someone, you're a fucking coward and you need your ass beat.
It's crazy.
Plain and simple. If you get a mask on and you're out there causing trouble, bring it here. I will beat your ass for you and I'll send you home to mama. And I'll let you know how it feels to take an ass beating like a real man.
And we've all been there. And that's the exact reason I don't go looking for confrontation, because I know the consequence.
Right.
I learned that in elementary school. A lot of these people have just been spoon-fed their whole life, and they just don't know the true consequence to causing confrontation, because they've lived in these spoon-fed environments. I grew up in Texas. That's not the way things go down here in the South, especially.
Yeah. And you know what's funny about this shit with Antifa and shit like that? Like most of these guys, right? Like I know, it's not that I know. I know this because I saw it. It was a Jewish kid and he was rocking a Nazi flag and he was fucking throwing bottles and shit. I mean, I'm like, you fucking idiot. Like, do you understand what I'm saying, gentlemen? How stupid does that look? You're of Jewish descendant and you're rocking a fucking flag around your fucking mouth, like if that's your identity, and you're fucking causing terrorism and violence and throwing bottles and shit.
Like I said, let them come here. Let them come here and try to spew that crap here.
Yeah.
I'll beat their ass myself. Plain and simple.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Plain and simple it is. Shit.
Yeah, there's really just anywhere in the South that I've been, whether it's Arkansas, Alabama, Louisiana, there's just a code of people know how to conduct themselves in the South. And whether it's around like people of color from different ethnicities or religion, we know how to approach each other with respect.
Exactly.
And that's why you never see no crazy Antifa shit, no crazy dudes running over protesters, anything like that here. You know, you will get checked in a second, in a heartbeat.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. And what's funny is, you see, look, it's these fucking kids, these fucking emo motherfuckers, all these fucking young stupid motherfuckers that are going around screaming that they want a revolution. These are going to be the first motherfuckers to run if it ever
Yeah.
came down to this shit. They would shit their pants. They would piss on themselves. They wouldn't know what the fuck to do. You know what I mean? Maze, what's going on? Maze, my man Maze is in the building. No doubt, of course, we got motherfucking Rasclat too, and everybody else. No
Shout
doubt.
out to Rosclot. Me and him destroyed some people today on a boxing debate.
Very good. Congratulations, kid. So, you know, this fake crying shit, man. Everything, like I said, all this shit is staged, bro. And you know what else is staged too, gentlemen? All of these fucking so-called shootings and shit, man. I
I've
feel
been I've been saying this for years. Now, I'm not going to say that all these school shootings and the shootings that are going on, I'm not going to say that all of them, are done by the government, but I will say I have high suspicions that a number of them are.
right.
And
You
you
know,
should have those suspicions when you see the same crisis actors. You guys are aware of the crisis actors, right?
yes,
Right.
yes.
Okay, so when you see the same crisis actors at Sandy Hook, at the Boston Marathon, what else is there? Like, why should we believe that the same person crying and having an outrage is at each and every disaster?
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, they've been showing pictures of the same people. Yup. Yup. Oh, yo, it's fucking nuts, man. It's nuts.
Well, it blows me away too, and I'm not going to take away from the Parkland shooting. You know, yes, it was a tragedy, and my heart's with everybody for what happened and everything. But then you get people like that David Hogg motherfucker. We're going to vote everybody out that doesn't support gun control, and we're going to do this and we're going to do that. Well, all the people that you wanted to put in office lost.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Shit. I agree. I agree totally. Shit, man. It's fucking nuts, man. And what's fucked up here is, as we walk around and we've seen the day turn into night, the night turn into day, our children grow up, our money increase, you know, and things I feel like we're in the fucking twilight zone, gentlemen.
Oh, I'm telling you, you know, this is one reason why I haven't put out a video in a while, because I've been shadow banned on YouTube. Um, I was getting, you know, anywhere from 900 to like 2,000 views per video. And then all of a sudden my views went down to, I was lucky to get 50 to 80 views on a video. They have quit recommending my videos altogether.
Wow. The fuck?
So,
YouTube has a clear agenda, man, because guys like Louder with Crowder get banned, guys like Alex Jones get banned, but then as we previously mentioned, people like the Young Turks still have a platform here on YouTube.
Yeah.
It just goes to show you what YouTube's agenda is nowadays.
Yeah. It's disgusting, bro. It's fucking
I
garbage.
mean, and I look at it like this, I've put out some really good content, but why make content if no one's going to see the content I put out? And
even my subs have told me, yeah, we're not getting notifications of when you do put something out. So it's like, what's the point anymore? I can slave and make some great videos and no one's going to see it because YouTube has removed me from the algorithm altogether.
That's disgusting, man. That's just disgraceful. That is gross.
It's really Google to blame, because Google had this whole policy not too long ago where they're trying to diversify their workforce and everything, and it's just like, why not hire the person that's best suited for the job?
Right.
When you have applications and you have resumes coming in, you look at their qualities. You look at at their their accomplishments, their degrees and whatnot. You don't look at what gender or what race they are. I mean, that goes against all code of ethics when it comes to filling a job position.
Well, I'll tell you this much: I hire and fire, and when there are certain things that I look at on resumes, and I'll be the first one to tell you. One of the first things I look at is someone's age. If someone's below the age of 30, I don't give them the time of day. Because I know they're not going to work worth a shit. Well, I won't say that, but 9 out of 10 times, if someone's under 30 years old, they're not going to pull their damn weight.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I can attest to that. I'm a guy that, I'm 24 years old. I show up and work, but I work around a lot of younger people, and I can see what you're coming from. Some people just don't want to be there. They got, quote unquote, better things to do. Got other distractions in their life. So, I mean, I have a best friend, man, who's I won't go into it, but, he's pretty bad off. He's pretty unmotivated, but I completely get where you're coming from on that.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's not all about, someone's education either, because me, I'll go through resumes and I'll pick like 10 of the best that I have in front of me, and then I'll do a mass interviewing people, and then get to my best 5 candidates and then give another interview before I decide to bring someone on. And I hate to say it, but Jay knows I travel all the time for work. I mean, all the damn time. And I refuse to travel with a damn woman. I mean, absolutely refuse, because no one is ever going to come back on me and say, well, John did this or John did that. No, John was never there, so you can't say shit.
Crazy.
They're going to end up like Bill Cosby.
Right?
Yeah.
And that shit, like you can tell that this was the elites, telling him, listen, you're gonna take a fall with that other guy that Oprah knew. What was his name? Damn, what the fuck was that guy's name, man?
Oh, shit, I don't remember.
The spiritual healer or whatever.
No, that big powerful executive dude that was going around fucking trying to fuck bitches and shit to give them contracts in Hollywood and shit. I forgot his name.
Weinstein.
Weinstein, yeah. So Weinstein, Cosby, if you notice, and
Kavanaugh.
yeah, they try to drag him into that shit, like that Me Too shit. Like, yo, bro, I'm telling you, they are so desperate for power, bro.
Well, see, I like with Cosby, I don't see what they accomplished, because, Cosby's on his deathbed as it is.
Right.
I mean, you might have locked him away for a year or something, but he's about to die. I mean, what the hell did they accomplish?
A year? They locked him up for fucking like 5 years, bro.
No, what I'm saying, he'll only be in there about a year before he passes away.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Oh man.
But did you see the smirks on all those women when they came out of the courtroom? I
Yeah,
mean, it was disgusting.
it was. It really fucking was, man.
And the thing with Weinstein though is there's videotape and there's evidence of him being a creep though. So I mean that. But with guys like Kavanaugh and Cosby with all this he said she said bullshit, I mean, if it was 20 years ago, what's the relevance now? There's no
Right,
relevance to it.
right.
Yeah.
He's done lived a full life.
Well, I look at it even this way with Weinstein, right? I think the guy was a total douchebag. I mean,
Yeah.
absolute douchebag. But do I think he raped all these women? No, I don't think he raped them. I think, they did something on their own choice and regretted it and then come out years later, oh, he raped me.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some of them. I mean, I'm just gonna say it like this. I too kind of find that shit fishy, where you're saying me too, but at the same time, you've made millions, and years later, like 20 years later, you want to come out and say that this dude fucked you forcefully. But he
Yeah.
put you in movies and you made money off him. So you basically and legally prostituted yourself. But since you feel ashamed and since you want to feel better about yourself and you want closure because you feel bad about how you opened your fucking legs, that's how you're going. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucking crazy, bro. It's nuts.
And this is the crazy thing, as a lot of these girls will bring up things like, oh, well, I gave him social cues. I gave him
Huh.
social cues. But, well, did you say no? Did you say no? I mean, you need your mouth, you need your voice in order to express yourself.
Well, hell, what's the name of that Indian comic guy?
Aziz Ansari.
Yeah, when that woman had gone on the news about her bad experience sexually with him, because of this Me Too stuff. You don't go to the press with something like that.
That's fucking
Go to
crazy,
the
bro.
police.
That's
I mean,
crazy. Wow.
And the crazy thing is, she was openly adamant on saying that she never said no, but she gave him the social cues.
Mm.
Well,
yeah.
if you don't say no, because a guy, when you come into our hotel room, kick your shoes off and have drinks with us, we think you want to fuck. Shit.
Well,
You
hell,
know,
if you get naked, the first thing on our mind is, yeah, we're doing it.
Right. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, plain and simple. You know, we men, we got a one-track mind. Once your clothes come off, unless you say no, it's like, oh hell yeah,
Yeah. We're gonna try, of course. Of course.
yeah.
Well, this is the thing. If you invite a girl inside and she says yes, and she kicks her shoes off and starts drinking with you, I mean, that's a pretty strong indicator that I might get lucky tonight.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
opposed
It's a
to her just
50-50
saying
chance.
no. Yeah, as opposed to her just saying no. Maybe some other time.
Well,
It-
hell, I'm telling you now, I'm so glad I'm not single anymore, because even going to a bar now, and if I had to go to a bar to pick up women to take home, cetera, cetera, cetera. Well, it's gotten so bad that if a woman's had one drink now and she regrets sex after one drink, she can come around and say, "I was date raped.
Yeah.
I was intoxicated and I was date raped." I mean, it's got to be that bad.
Yup. Yup. That's fucking crazy. Fucking Roscar says. Roscar says Bill had laced pudding. Oh
Shout out
shit.
to Ross Clark.
All right, fucking May says my problem with this shit is how in the fuck did women get the right to detract consent the day after they chose to fuck you? Exactly.
Yeah.
Jay, you sent me a great meme the other day on Facebook about how when the government something about children. You know what I'm talking about? Like when
Oh
women
yeah.
have.
Oh yeah, yeah. Women want the government. No, women don't want the government to tell them when to be mothers, but the women want to use the government to tell the men when to be fathers.
You, uh, you know something? I look at it like this. Jay, you and I were raised, if women spread their legs, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
there has to be responsibility when they do spread their legs. You know,
right.
now, they're being taught you can spread your legs as much as you want and do whatever you want and not have any responsibility about it.
Uh uh. No, nah. Women are bugging the fuck out.
I mean, I'm so blown away, every day, I can't believe we're living in the world that we're living in because 20 years ago, I would have never said that I would be this desensitized to all this trash that we're living with right now. And and I am. I can't believe I'm actually desensitized to it because 20 years ago this stuff would have turned my stomach and made me puke. And now it's everyday life. I mean, it's normal now. And I'm like, this is not right.
It's almost laughable, and it puts, people from my generation, it puts a real bad look. It puts a negative outlook on people who are raised in my generation, and it's real sickening, because not everybody that was raised during my era even thinks that way. They just
Exactly.
they got a select group of people that they're pandering to. Just like with the Star Wars films that I mentioned earlier, they think that they're reaching out to all these diverse the social norm or whatever, but in all actuality it's un-American. It's weirdo shit, man. Like a lot of, and if you don't see that, then you yourself are the weirdo, man. Like that's weirdo shit to me.
Yeah.
I tell you, I can't remember what the channel is on YouTube, but it cracks me up. This guy, he's got a series on YouTube where he does SJW Tinder accounts. And I don't think I've laughed so hard in my entire life with him going over these weirdos, women that are actually on Tinder and reading their profiles. Dude, I'm just
Yeah,
like,
I have too much experience with that, my friend.
mm, mm.
I mean, I sincerely, because some of these people, the shit they write, you know, stuff like I'm not even human. I'm like, then what the fuck are you? You
Yeah.
know?
Fucking crazy bitches. Yeah, man. Those
what
are the
what
bitches that have like fucking purple dyed hair or blue dyed hair. Fucking feminist dykes and shit.
Yeah, perfect example. Your women's soccer player, Rapine.
Oh yes, let's get on that bitch. I'm so happy you bought that fucking ungrateful, un-American terrorist. That bitch, yo, that fuck that victory, man. That victory was for fucking socialism, not for capitalism, not for America. Fuck you.
Well, it's funny because, okay, they won the World Cup, but she is the only one out there doing interviews. There's no one else out there doing interviews.
She,
They've got her front and center.
she's a
And the
plant.
reason,
She's a
yeah,
plant. Yep.
yeah, the reason is she's a diehard lesbian that is a full blown SJW. So, of course, they're going to have her front and center promoting I hate Trump, and go lesbianism, go feminism, and the other girls aren't like that,
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah. I agree. They're not like that at all.
And this is the thing, man. When you're offered an opportunity to come to the White House, that is a gift.
yeah.
That is a gift that is bestowed upon you, not for the reason that you support the president, but the for the very fact that you can get your name out there for promotional, benefits. You got to put your pride aside, and you got to put your name out there.
Well, it's about respect. I mean, that's
as well.
it's about respect. I mean, Jay and I grew up in the era where the president was the president. You did not disrespect the office of the president. You might not agree with his policies, you might not like him personally, but you respected the office of the president of the United States, and that was a big deal.
Yeah, it was. It was. And if you did talk shit about him, was it the privacy of your own home or the comfort of your friend's home or something? But it was never this public, and and this is why they made social media. And look, it's being shown to us perfectly right in front of us because AOC, all these motherfuckers use the fucking social media to to put the bullshit out there to keep fucking brainwaving these fucking.
Oh, I love what Nancy Pelosi said though, and I've got to give her credit where credit's due because I can't give her much credit, but I have to give her credit, where it is due. She said, yeah, AOC, Ilhan Omar, and all of them, they can get on Twitter and raise a Twitter storm and everything, but they only get one vote.
Yeah. Fuck out of that, man. Oh, we're living in the twilight zone, gentlemen.
And then, well, this is something I can't understand myself because AOC's, playing with dynamite. All her followers are not from her district. All her fans and everything are not from her district. They're from everywhere else. And she's not, pandering at all to the people in her own district. This next election, they're going to get rid of her like that quick. I think they're tired of her.
I listen. I feel for the people in California. I heard this shit is literally a shithole. Like there's feces everywhere. There's fucking viruses and germs going around, airborne and shit. Like yo, man, yo, bro. I think that's gonna be the test area where they're going to introduce the zombie virus, bro. I believe. I'm dead ass. I'm dead ass. I'm serious.
And Jay, I know you think we're in the twilight zone right now, but Star Wars Dad brought up an important fact, and I was going to mention it before he did. America is starting to wake up. The whole reason Trump is in office right now is because America's waking up.
Yeah.
Because I was along the lines as you were, like back then when I was really young, I wanted to fit in with the crowd, and it wasn't until Trump came around, man, and just started speaking real shit, just started exposing all this fake news, exposing, having all these left-wing fucking fanatics, all these people that are just exposing themselves left and right.
Yeah.
And people like Ocasio-Cortez and Ilhan Omar, all these people they're just digging a deeper hole for themselves.
Donkey nose Cortez. Oh shit.
It cracks me up. Even the visit that she took to the border when she, when she
John,
left.
Yo, John, I wanted to smack that bitch, bro. I'm sorry, and I don't hit women, and I don't. I wanted to.
I'm telling you, but she said she didn't feel safe and that she was sexually threatened while she was in there.
They probably said, listen, before you enter this facility, you need a steed in your mouth, bitch.
No one wants to receive a blowjob from that girl.
Yo, she will pencil sharpen the tip of your dick, dog.
I am 24 and I am hornier than I've ever been in my whole life. I'll pass. I'll pass.
Wow, that's
I'll
wow.
pass.
Dude, you want to see some women that will turn you on? Watch Fox News.
Oh hell yeah, bro.
What's
Yo,
that one girl?
yo, Shannon Bream, fucking what's her face? Sarah Carter, bro. Uh, fucking who else? Oh,
that blonde hair.
Martha McCullum, and fucking
Mm-hmm.
Dana Perino, and the other ones that are on there. I'm telling you, man, I'm up on my Fox chicks, bro. Amazing.
That one blonde haired chick I always thought was just fucking beautiful, man.
Oh yeah, that damn man, what's her name, man?
I can't think of it. It's like at the tip of my tongue, man. I think is her name Megan or something?
Yeah, there's one named Megan. Yeah.
The blonde
Yep.
haired girl. Beautiful,
Yep.
man.
That girl,
But I'll.
that girl that that
Real, man.
debates as well, like Candace Owens. I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yep. But Jay, I am going to call it. I'm about to fall asleep here.
All right, no doubt,
So,
man. And this is where we end this show, guys. And just want to thank everybody, man, that stepped on by, man. You know, we had a nice little Friday conversation with the fellas. You know what I mean? It's always a pleasure for you guys, man, in the chat, and of course on the panel, man. And if anybody subscribe, man, subscribe to Hybrid 95 as well as the Star Wars Dad, my man John, no doubt, my peoples. Otherwise than that, man, God bless both you guys, everybody else on the panel as well, man, and in the chat. And have a great weekend. Be safe. And remember, man, smash a leftist in a debate when you have to.
yeah, have a good night, guys.
Peace, guys. Thanks for coming on, man.
Later, everyone.